Humanitarian Visa, Form 842, Australian Department of Home Affairs. Life in Australia, Australian values. The Australian government encourages people to gain understanding of Australia as people and their way of life before applying for a visa to live in Australia. This includes understanding the English language as a national language, and it is an important underlying element of Australian society. Australian society is also united through the following shared values: respect, the freedom and dignity of the individual, freedom of religion, including the freedom not to follow a particular religion, freedom of speech, freedom of association, commitment to the rule of law, which means that all people are subject to the law and should obey it. Parliamentary democracy, whereby our laws are determined paramount and overriding any other inconsistent religious or secular laws. Equality of opportunities for all people, regardless of their gender, sexual orientation, age, disability, race, national, or ethnic origins. A fair go for all embraces mutual respect, tolerance, compassion for those in need, and equality of opportunity for all. Life in Australia booklets provide more information on the values that Australians share and their way of life. The booklet is available in a wide range of languages and can be obtained from homeaffairs.gov.au. You are encouraged to read Life in Australia booklet before completing this application form. If you have difficulty or are unable to read the booklet, you may have the content of it explained to you, for example, by a friend or relative. This form contains a statement that you must sign and confirm you understand will undertake to conduct yourself in accordance with the values of Australian society as explained in the booklet, and will obey the laws of Australia. These statements must also be signed by each person aged 18 years over who is included in this form. Who should use this form? You should use this form if you're outside of Australia and wish to apply for entry to Australia on humanitarian grounds. This class of visa includes the following 5 subclasses: refugees 200, in countries special humanitarian 201, global special humanitarian 202, emergency rescues 203, and women at risk 204. You should also use this form if you are applying for one of the above visas in the community support program. About this form, important, please read the information carefully before you complete your applications. When you have completed your applications, we recommend that you keep a copy of your records. Australia's offshore humanitarian program. There are a limited number of places available each year under the program. In setting the size of the program, the Australian government considered the view of the United Nations High Commissioners for Refugees, UNHCR, the view of the Australian community, Australia's capacity to settle refugees and people in need. Requirement for each visa subclass. Your applications will be assessed against the 5 visa subclasses of the Refugees and Humanitarian Class XB visa class. To be granted a visa, you must be assessed as meeting the requirements for one of the subclasses. These are set out in the Australian Migration Act and regulations, and the main requirements for each subclasses are: refugees subclass 200. You are living outside your home country and you are subject to persecution in your home country and you are in need of resettlement. UNHCR provides advice to the Australian government on the need of resettlement. In country special humanitarian subclasses, you are in your home country and you are subject to persecution, and only a small number of places are available under this subclass. Global Special Humanitarian Subclass 202. You're living outside your home country. You're subject to substantial discriminations amounting to gross violation of human rights in your home country. You have included a value of the 681 Refugee Special Humanitarian Proposal with your applications. Form 681 needs to be completed by Australian citizen or permanent resident. Eligible New Zealand citizens or community or organizations in Australia, a proposer. Okay, eligible Australian New Zealand citizens or community organization in Australia. Okay, so 681 needs to be completed by Australian citizens or permanent resident or eligible citizens or community organization. They are called proposer, who is willing to support your applications. All right. As the government does not fund travel costs to this visa subclass, your proposal is expected to assist you and any dependents in meeting costs associated with travel to Australia and initial settlements after arrival. Emergency rescues, subclass 2 or 3. You're subject to prosecution in your home country, and there are urgent and compelling reasons for you to be resettled in Australia. Requests for urgent assistance under the subclass are usually made on behalf of UNHCR. To be eligible for the grant of the humanitarian visa under the split family provisions for the immediate family, you must apply within 5 years of the permanent protection, permanent humanitarian or resolutions of student status visa being granted to your proposal. The proposer must complete Form 681 Refugee Special Humanitarian Proposal, available at the department's website for you to submit together with your own visa application. So that's for the 2 or 3. And your proposal must have declared you to the department as an immediate family member before the grant of their own visa. Partner means your spouse or de facto partner, including same-sex partners. Residential addresses. You must advise the department where you intend to live while your application is being dealt with, or if you change your residential address after the application has been lodged. Failure to give the residential address will result in the applications being invalid. The post office box, a post office box address will not be accepted as a residential address. Your application, you should answer the questions in this form truthfully, fully, and attach any supporting documents. Forms that are incomplete could delay a decision being made on the applications, or your applications can be refused. Not all the applicants are interviewed, and a decision may be taken on the information provided in the applications only. Will be interviewed. Not all applicants will be interviewed, and the decision may be taken on the information provided in the application. Okay, you need to make sure you include all details about your situations in your application. If you need more spaces, is provided in this form. If you need more spaces than is provided in this form for any of your answer, attach a separate page clearly marking the question numbers the page relate to. Additional pages must be signed, dated by each person aged 18 years old over included these applications. What should be included in this application? You should include in this form all members of the family unit. The family unit includes your spouse and partner, including same-sex partner, dependent children outside Australia, and other dependent relatives who usually live with you. Example, dependent parent. Dependent means wholly and wholly or substantially dependent on you and your partner for financial, psychological, or physical support. Details of your dependent family members not included in your visa application should be included in questions 12. Question 12. Details of the dependents not included in the Okay, if you fail to declare immediate family members in these applications, you may not be able to access split family provisions for immediate family members referred to above if they apply for a visa at a later time. Non-dependent family member, married children, or children over 18 who are independent should complete their own Form A4 to married children or children over 18 who are independent. Okay, should complete their Form A4 too if they wish to consider to enter Australia on the humanitarian grounds. Integrity of applications. The department is committed to maintaining the integrity of the visa and citizenship program. Please be aware if you provide us the fraudulent documents or claims, this may result in processing delays or your applications being refused.